this topic and writing with falsehood and lies and fabrications and exaggerations and things which are clearly untrue, do not be harmed by this. And as for these academics, who've been trying for the past 10, 15, 20 years, right, dividing Salafis into Salafi, the Salafi jihadists and Salafi quietists and Salafi activists, all of this is batil, right? These people, the academics who are writing these things, they've actually been brainwashed by the actual propaganda of the terrorists themselves. They are the victims of the terrorists and extremists, of their propaganda. Because the ones who invented all of these different distinctions were actually the Muslim Brotherhood, Al-Qaeda, the Jama'at of Takfir. What they saw was, they said, look, let's divide Salafiyya into... So they found a way of putting the manhaj of the Khawarij into Salafiyya by making the following false distinctions. They said, right, okay, there are the Salafiyya al-Islahiyya or al-Ilmiyya. There's a Salafis who are basically just involved in knowledge and things like that and whatever. Then there's a Salafiyya al-Harakiyya. Then there are those Salafis who are involved in activism and whatever else. Then there's a Salafi al-Jihadiyya. Right, there's those Salafis who are involved in jihad. All of these are ways, from within Salafiyya. But really what they were trying to bring in, they were trying to bring the manhaj of the Khawarij and to give it legitimacy by just attaching the label of Salafiyya to it. Right, this is what they actually did. And the people who did this are these people, the Ikhwan and the Harakiyin and the various groups of Al-Qaeda and eventually what turned into ISIS. They're the ones who were writing these things. This is unknown from our scholars. This doesn't exist. So then these Western academics went and they began to start reading and looking and trying to understand what is Salafiyya, and they came upon the books of these people. And then they saw this distinction, this classification, then they took it and they were affected by it. Right? Then they began to start writing about Salafis. Yes, there's the jihadi Salafis who are ISIS, then there is the Haraki Salafis which are like the Sururis, Qutbis, and then you have these quietist, Madkhali, bring all these labels. All of these are false and have no basis. Right? Either you are Salafi upon the usul of the Salaf or you are a Khariji. There's no in between, right? So either you are following the usul of the Salaf in relation to the scholars and the rulers and in terms of rectification, manhaj of da'wah, are you upon this way? Or you are basically a Khariji. You are either a Qa'di, someone who sits and incites other people, or you are actually a Khariji who comes out and who's involved in the Khuruj. There's no such thing as, Haraki, and all of this is false. This is not true. So the point being, do not be scared by these academics. Right now, because of the efforts of Salafis in refuting their falsehood and their propaganda, now it is accepted, becoming accepted, that Salafiyya itself, you can't label all of those who ascribe to Salafiyya as being extremists. Rather, the vast majority of Salafis are actually that they are not upon extremism. Right? So this is because of the efforts of the Salafi scholars refuting these fabrications and these lies, refuting the Khawarij, and so there's no need to be apologetic and whatever. There's nothing to apologize for, because we are, the Khawarij are our greatest enemies, and we are greatest enemies to them. It is very clear. It's known to everybody. What is it to apologize for? Right? Explain the haqq, explain the truth, and explain what Salafiyya is, and no need to be apologetic or step on the back foot or anything like that at all.